Something in what I do is being okay with living unconventionally to what their standards are versus what my family and I regard as priorities in our life. You have to be okay with being unconventional to most people. Most wealthy entrepreneurs felt this way, and that's how they did it. That wasn't easy for me. Reflecting on what unconventionalism actually means to me, being misunderstood, immediately what comes into mind is the reality of what my values actually are. Of what am I going to leave as a legacy if the Lord doesn't come and get us first. Reflecting of what it means to me, immediately what comes into my mind is what our values are. So what are your values? When I surprised my husband as we were dating, as I was very traumatized by my marriage that didn't work out, is that to be aligned with who you are and living your truth. To be aligned with your value system, with what you find as your family develops into the life that you want to create. That it doesn't bother you that your priorities or principles and values don't go with what the world would deem to be appropriate, acceptable, or even celebrated. You have to be okay with looking different for some time until, boom, it all explodes. You become viral, in other words. That doesn't really matter to you what other people think. That wasn't easy for me. I'm a pastor's kid, which meant that I had the syndrome of being like a little ducky, looking absolutely perfect. Everything has to be perfect, and then my little legs just pedaling in the pond as everything was falling apart. And so you have to be okay with what the world is going to watch you, criticize you, and try to give you advice even though they don't have the life that you want. The finances, the trips, the nice things, etc. The giving the most offerings and so on. And it doesn't matter to you because you know what is going to be your truth, your environment, your reality, however you want to call it, and be right to you and your family. My values, beliefs, and principles, I hold to my faith in Christ. You guys know that. You don't have to. That's just me. And it will be what dictates on how I live my life. People misunderstand this all the time. They think something completely different, especially when we go to conservative churches. When my hair is dyed, my makeup is done, and I wear jewelry. They look at me like I'm an alien. Most times, if not all the time, these biblical values are unconventional to most people in the world nowadays. And the world would never celebrate it. And I want to welcome you to the life of the unconventional. May the Lord bless you tremendously, and as always, if you're an A player stuck in a B game, hit me up because I know that your life could change.